In their constant shift to the right, CNN this week decided to run a very lengthy profile of Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. And most of it was fluff, most of it was stuff that we had already heard McConnell say before, like, oh dear, part of the problem of 2022 was that we let Donald Trump kind of have the steering wheel in the primaries and we sat out, he picked bad people, and it cost us big time. But there was one sentence in this lengthy profile that stood out to me as something that everybody needs to pay attention to, because it tells us what's going to happen in the future. Mitch McConnell may not realize this, but he is a bit of a fortune teller with this one quote that he had. And before I read you the quote, I'm going to remind you of the fact that throughout all of Donald Trump's turmoil over the last 2 years, Mitch McConnell has kept his mouth shut. A couple of times, sure, he's come out and gone after Donald Trump, mostly about the midterm stuff and the bad candidates. He's made it clear he's not a huge fan of the guy. I mean, Donald Trump has insulted Mitch McConnell, the old crow, he calls him. He's launched racist attacks against Mitch McConnell's wife. So you would think that Mitch McConnell is absolutely done with Donald Trump no matter what. But he's not. Let me read you the quote. Look, I'm going to support the nominee of our party for president, no matter who that may be. Which means if it's Trump, by God, Mitch McConnell is going to support Donald J. Trump for president. Doesn't matter that he's spent the last year personally attacking, actually 2 years I think at this point, personally attacking him, personally attacking his wife, trying to make his life a living hell, trying to get Rick Scott to take over for McConnell in the Senate. McConnell says, I don't care, I'll still vote for Trump because I'm a partisan hack and will vote for anybody with an R next to their name. And what this says to me is that even though right now we see a lot of Republicans endorsing Trump, we see a lot of Republicans out there saying, I want nothing to do with Trump. But when it's all said and done, if Trump is the nominee, even those never Trump Republicans out there, they're going to vote for Trump. They're going to rally behind him. Now, they may not show up at his rallies. They may not have MAGA flags in their front yard. Hell, they may even go out in the media and talk bad about him a couple times. But at the end of the day, when these a-holes walk into that voting booth, they're going to fill in the box or complete the line or pull the lever for Donald Trump. Even if they tell us they won't, I promise you, we will see all of these Republicans line up behind Donald Trump, some with their head held low, some with it held high, but they are not going to not vote for him. That's what this quote from Mitch McConnell tells me. Now, I'm only referring to the people in power, right? The people in Washington, D.C. The average voters out there, the never Trump voters out there, I don't think they're going to do the same thing. That's why I think the Republican Party is in for a rude awakening. That's also why I think that the polls that are coming out right now are pretty much meaningless. Polls for the last 7 years have been pretty much off the mark consistently. So I'm not worried about polls, but I am worried about all of these Republicans who pretend to be against Trump and they get support based on that, because when it's all over, they're all going to turn right back around and vote for that idiot because power is the only thing that matters to them. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.